Hello everyone, I'm ImKibitz and welcome back to Arknights Endfield, a 3D real-time strategy RPG developed by Hypergrip, where you set up across Talos-II to develop a new human world that needs factories. Lots of factories. And now it can build even more factories with the new core chapter update at the Wake of Spring, which adds in new regions, new technologies, production lines, and it wraps up the Wulang storyline. Because, oh yeah, I guess there's like the whole storyline stuff, along with tons of characters to unlock and a free monthly card for daily login rewards. But like usual, we are gonna be focused on the factories. But hey, if you want to check out everything for yourself, Arknights Endfield is available on PlayStation 5, PC, and mobile. And the latest update, At the Wake of Spring, is live. So download now using my link or scanning the QR code on screen. And thank you Griffline for sponsoring this video. And without further ado, let's begin. Now this ain't our first rodeo here, so where did we leave things off? Well, in the starter zone of Valley 4, we built our first little AIC factory to get some of the basic goods and some decent power going. And who can forget meeting our best friend Andre, who I'm sure missed us dearly. But then, after kind of industrializing this space, we moved out of Valley 4 and into the Wulang region, exploring its mega cities and of course building a pretty mega factory. But with the new update, there are new areas and new factories to build. So we will be rocking and rolling here. But actually we're gonna switch characters. There are a lot of different characters in this game, but I think we're gonna switch to this one in particular. One of the new tier 6 heroes in the update, who we kinda have to play with for a very obvious reason. She has a cool plushie pet thing. Also, I just like the way she moves. Very faced, very zappy. And what are this? The forbidden sip? Well, let's just take a quick dip or I'll just die. Not your typical pond water, no, whoops. The tech tree. We got some new craziness going on. Hydro mining, Couprium ore, underground pipes, cool. Acid resistant pumps. Oh, you telling me this is acid? No more swimming in the forbidden pool. No, we want to use that acid in some of the new machines, like the expanded crucible. It mixes fluids and materials like a normal crucible, except this one can do so much more. And oh, there is so much more to do. Ooh, byproducts? Lots of byproducts. Heavy zeronite, this is stuff that's used for power. Oh, Couprium solution, sewage. Okay, if I'm picking up what's being put down here, we take this zeronite stuff, which we usually used for batteries, we make it into liquid form, combine it with sewage to make zircon and some kind of byproduct thing. For the zircon stuff, we combine it with the ferrium to make the solid. Oh, as sewage has another byproduct, we could have that go back into this system, combine them all together. Oh, okay. But at the end of the day, we want this, the zircon, because it looks like it is used to make a super battery. And with more power, we can automate more items, we can sell them on the market to get the cashola, or just have extra buffs if we did combat. But no combat today. No zapping, none of that. I do not crave violence, I crave efficiency. So let's take a look through the item files. Lots of new stuff going on, but the big goal, the Wulang battery. That makes a quadrillion power. Or yeah, the main thing is we need the zircon, then it's all the crazy crucible stuff, zeronite, and all this stuff that we've done before. Not too bad. And one of the nice things about this game is you kind of get like a universal depot bus. So all your items across all different regions are uploaded, and then with the bus you can unload them and you're chilling. So right here, you can set this one to get us the muck. I don't think so. Nope, we want the zeronite. Give me that. And zeronite plus water gives us the liquid zeronite. Wait a second, we don't have any water. What? We only have the forbidden sip. Oh, there's water right over here though. We're chilling. Sorry, Billy, no fish for you. And thankfully, to keep things organized, they added in underground pipes. They just hook up this sucker to our mechanisms, give them some gas, and then we just have to connect this conduit to an output relay that's actually in our factory zone. So we're actually just gonna have it over here, because I kind of want all my inputs on one side, and then all the outputs heading in that direction. So you connect over to friend. And then with the forbidden sip, I think we'll survive without a conduit. Yeah, that'll be just fine. And okay, we have our liquids here. We can get all of the solids over here. This, could we move you, Billy? Kind of just need it out of the way. Because it's time to get our simply sparkly, not radioactive at all, super fluid, please. So let's get the party started then. Step one is we're just gonna try and build a very basic working system. And then later on, we can set it up as like a blueprint and optimize from there. So we'll have the expanded crucible here. I don't think we really need it for something like this, but had it on hand, why not? And this can deal with step one. Cyanide, water, liquid cyanide, easy. Give me the sip. And with a little bit of gas, the processing has begun. And we'll just have everything leave through this pipe. And if I've learned anything from factory games, having buffers in between byproduct productions is usually a good play. Would recommend. As for the next stage though, we take this liquid and then we need sewage. Of all the things, we need sewage. Where do we get the dirty water? The world's too pristine. Well, actually, you get it from a refining unit. These were updated to deal with the new material, the Couprium. So we put that into a refining unit, but as you can see, it's been updated to accept water. We'll just borrow some from stage one here. Skeeter on in. And that makes the pure stuff that we actually don't want. We want the byproduct. But you know, we can mess with this stuff a little bit later on. For now, we store that stuff back in the bus. Then we'll set up another fluid tank for the wastewater, so we can send it to the next stage of processing. And oh boy, doesn't that look absolutely delicious. I wonder if it's flammable. No, I'm kidding. But actually, no, we don't need that. We have our sparkly green. With the sewage and that, we combine it together to make the zircon effluent. And then the inert zircon effluent. All right, cool. Now, I was wondering what to do with the inert stuff, and check this out. There's another new building, the purification unit. Give me that. Let's see, will that solve our problems? Yes. Not only will it solve the problem, but ooh, makes clean water and more of the good stuff. Oh, this is great. And we'll just make sure that the inert stuff is sent out the yellow pipe with a little bit of power. We spin to win. Yeah, bad. But now we might start running into problems. The machine is clogged because we need to transform this stuff. And we could just use a normal reactor crucible. And it's the effluent and some powder, and then we get all the goods, and even better, we get sewage out of this. So we can loop that back into earlier processes. Or maybe we can use all this stuff together in one giant machine. Hold up, yeah. If we just bring the powder into here, then the expanded crucible has all the extra slots to handle everything, right? So more goodies, please. Skeet that out of the bus. And then we need to have the items go into here. Oh my gosh, I put this belt into the output. Don't mind me, professional factory gamer over here. And now I wonder if the crucible will like auto update. Ooh, it's smart. Yeah, look at that. It's using the sewage and all the different items. We're getting the zircon. We don't need to build an extra crucible or anything. Cool. That also means we don't really need a lot of stuff here, do we? The sewage input's pretty much irrelevant because now it's just handled within the one machine, right? Because technically, sewage is being consumed and produced at the same ratio. So we really just need a little bit of it to get the process started. Then the only real byproduct is this inert stuff, which we are purifying, which means we could just send that back into this system, right? We have the extra pipe entrance free as well, so we're good there. And the only real problem is we have too much clean water. Oh, what a world. And we could refeed that back into earlier systems, no problem at all. Or if you wanna be a little, we can throw that into a water treatment unit, which is kind of like the purification unit, except instead of giving you the item it's purifying, it just sends that into, I don't know, the environment to swim with the fishes. See, aren't we great? We're saving the world. Oh, but wait, this is water. Wait, no, what have I done? Scratch all that. We can't treat clean water. It's kind of in the name. So ironically, the water could be a problem if we don't deal with it. So I think in the meantime, we'll keep a little buffer right over here, and then we'll just send it into this other pipe. And because we did this cool conduit manifold thing with the underground pipes, technically speaking, we are sending this right to the beginning of the system without wasting a ton of space. And also, pipe control port controls the type and quantity of fluids through a pipe. Really? And it looks like we can turn this off and on. Ooh, and limit the flow rate? Oh, okay. So with that, we can make sure that we never have too much of a buffer of water over here. The whole system can keep running forever. That is, if we got rid of the last part, the zircon. The good stuff, what we wanted the whole time. Because using it and a packaging unit on the output side this time, Kibitz. Thank you, Kibitz. Can use our main material with the dense iridium powder to make the super battery. And like usual though, we need more of the goods. Thank you, other factories, for helping us out here. But assuming this is the whole 9 yards, at this point, we can build some thermal banks and they can burn the batteries to give us more power. And again, these are freaking super batteries, man. Like, it's gonna be a lot of power. You know, big boost, just a little bit. And that is all of step 1. We got power out the wazoo. And crazy enough, it doesn't actually look like anything's really stalling too much, except for this machine. And the only reason why this machine is stalling is because I need to add another belt going into this packager to deliver more iridium powder. And that's a good problem. And funny things happened here, actually. I'm moving stuff around so it's just making room for the belts. And way earlier on, to get this system started, we need the Couprium, right? And now that we're gonna have so much extra power, we should figure out what to do about this stuff. And as another quick side note, if you're setting this all up yourself, you don't need to actually do what I've done here. What you can do is you can make a fluid tank and you could bottle sewage and then just drag the sewage bottles into the fluid tank to jumpstart this system, which is pretty cool. Would have been a little convenient for me to do that a little earlier. That's okay. It's fun to figure things out. And holy, did I learn a lot about the Couprium. So I restarted the process again here, right? And started diving into the files. We have the material. Then I found out it's for like fitting units, which are used in gearing units. I use this to craft like new armors and stuff like that. You can also use it to make like a variety of different turrets as well. Cause yeah, a lot of stuff you make in the factory is both to make like new gear and also turrets and weapons. And oh, there are a lot of weapons. But again, factory's not fighting. Instead, I wanna go through with the rest of this processing tree with the powder here. Because when you make this into a powder, you get the Couprium solution. And with the little acid, that becomes an entire new resource, Hedonite. Which again becomes a whole new material, more byproducts, more advanced parts, and more better stuff. So it's pretty important, and it looks like a lot of fun. And we have a bunch of space here, so let's expand on our little system here. And all right, this time around here, we're doing things a little bit differently. Things again, just super spaced out because I just need to figure out how a lot of stuff works. However, just with the sewage this time, everything is supposed to be sent into here. The system is running, stuff is being treated. This is not keeping up. Uh-oh. We're gonna have some of that then go into the buffer for the other system then, okay? And then it'll be fine. We got our goods. Everything is going into a stash over here. Now we can make some cool stuff. But you know what? Since it is just super simple, we'll throw down a fitting unit over here and a gearing unit right next door, just so we can take some of the goods to turn into these parts, and then the gearing unit. Oh wait, I thought we were making this part. No, the parts combined with Zyronite to make a new component. Oh, and heavy Zyronite, excuse me? Oh, there's a lot going on. What? Man, I'm really wishing I built this bus in like the center of the factory area. I think that would have been a better idea, but what are you gonna do? Fix things, optimize? Yes, actually, one day. But not today. Today, spaghetti. Going this way. We can definitely scoot over all of this. Oh my gosh, we literally can, that's awesome. And all right, future cubes will probably appreciate this, right? Probably, yeah, I'm sure of it. Next up, a shredding unit. That will make us the powder, which we can send into just a normal reactor crucible to come up with a solution. Oh, but the forbidden sip. It's all the way over here. I don't wanna bring it through all this. So can we just do one of these? Oh, I think we can. Because with that over there, we can add in this over here, like right next door. Just need to connect it back to the other side of the factory with the most fun underground pipe you could imagine. Boop. Look at my colors. My solution. My lack of byproducts. Kib says as he is literally about to make a byproduct. Oh, we get a byproduct, yes, but it's the acid. Okay, then we can just send that back in this way. Perfect and not convoluted at all. And we can take the other goods into another reactor crucible to combine it with the ferrium powder to make the Hedonite. But wait. At this point, can't we just use the bigger machine? Which was a very good idea. All the inputs go in this way, into the purifier. Things then go back to re-enter the system if they need to. The Hedonite scoots into the available slot. And then out the middle, we get our goods, which we can just set out on the belt. And the only thing we need to do is get rid of that sewage with another water treatment unit. And heck, I'm pretty sure we can use this stuff a little bit later on. Again, right now, I'm just looking for the good stuff. Because after putting it into a stash, we'll throw it into another fitting unit, which will turn into the Hedonite part, which, like the other thing we made, just needs to be sent into another gearing unit, and we get what we want. The Hedonite component. Oh, but we need the green? Heavy Zyronite. What are you talking about, Willis? Oh, cool. It's with more Zyronite, and then the Zircon effluent. So we kind of make this stuff in the first stages of our batteries production. So we're gonna need a Forge of the Sky. Make a couple of them. And we will put it down, I don't know, here, I guess? Ooh, so fancy. Though I do kind of wish I had built this like way over here. Wait, a space? GGEZ. Byproducts, they can be fun. The materials make their way over to the gearing unit. We get our new component, and as if it was all part of the plan, I moved this like hub building over to the corner here, that we can send belts over to it. And that goes into like our universal inventory thing. And with all these different components and stuff, we can put together a bunch of new gear, upgrade our characters, and all that fun jazz. And man, after running through things, like even just this once, there are so many little things to optimize, space efficiencies to make, blueprints to put together. But I'm sorry, but I think I'm out of time here. Well, this is a pretty solid overview of the new update. And if this looks a little intimidating to you, you can play tutorials and unlock just blueprints from the game. So you don't need to go as crazy trying to figure this all out. So again, hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching. But for now, have a fantastic rest of your day and bye-bye.